go. We didn't give it to you just to bust it up, Trini. But that's what you're supposed to do. Guess I have no choice.
Round and round. Come on, let's give it a shot. Here you go.
Okay. You okay?
We didn't get you too dizzy.
No, all right.
All right, go ahead.
All right. This is gonna hurt me.
Hey, but
A lot more than it's gonna hurt you.
Come on. Big swing, but an even bigger miss.
3, 2, 1. Contact is the secret. It's the moment when everything happens. Contact is the answer. It's the reason why everything happens. Contact. Let's make contact. 3, 2, 1. Contact.
Good evening. The count here to unfold for you the light meets the dark, my dark. Today you will learn how the eye sees, how it must have light, how dark defeats it. Some advice from the count. Don't get too enraptured.
Okay, Marco, let's see you try it. Ouch, it's so bright, I can't see.
It's just your eyes adjusting to the light.
Yeah, they're like little cameras. They get adjusted to the dark, like under the blindfold. And if you suddenly hit them with light, the picture goes bad.
Ah, that's better. Today, we're going to look at your eye. Aha. Ah, that's better, yeah. Now, this is your iris. It's colored brown, green, or blue to keep out light. And this is your pupil, a hole to let in light. It gets small when there's a lot of light, and when it's dark, your pupil gets larger to let in more light. Now, why is light important? Because it reflects off everything into your cornea, then through your pupil and lens, and makes a picture at the back of your eye, on the retina. So what if it's upside down? The brain thinks an upside-down image on the retina is right side up. And that's how you see. Now, do you see? 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 See?
Well, I can see better now, but things still look pretty bright. Well, your pupils adjusted pretty fast. It must be your retina. I mean, before the pupils could shut out the light, the retina got stunned, and it's taking longer to recover. No, I feel better now, though. Oh, back to the piñata. Oh, great. Here we go.
Hey, come on, take it easy there, birthday girl. I'm fragile.
I'm not the birthday girl. Hey, she's the birthday girl. Twist them up real good, Lise. Yeah, like a corkscrew.
Come on, girl.
It's all yours, Mark. Think you can find it?
Hey, now you may think I'm at a loss to my whereabouts, but I'm here to tell you that I already know through a friend just how to properly navigate. Lottie? Hi, how you doing? I'm Mark.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm okay.
Good, okay. I'm going to spend the day with you. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Great, great. I'll just follow
My
you.
name is Lottie, and I'm in my last year of junior high school.
Is that all right?
I wasn't born totally blind. I had some sight. I remember when I was about 5 or 6 years old, I could see letters and colors. Now I can just see light and shadows.
Doing okay.
But it doesn't mean I can't get around.
Can you show me around? Do you know which room this is here?
Yeah, that's the boys' bathroom, and it's 219.
219, you got that one. And which one is this one?
That's a closet, and it's 217.
You're right, sure is. What about this one right here?
That's the girls' bathroom, and that's 215.
How did you know each one of those rooms? Do you memorize it?
You know, whenever I needed help, I would ask somebody, what room is this and what room is that, and they would tell me, and I just remembered.
Uh-huh. So what do? You count the steps from one room to the other?
No, I just count the rooms, and I know that each room is on this side of the hallway is an odd-numbered room.
Uh-huh. Oh, and then on the other side are
The even numbers. And they all go down by 2 on this side, you know, because it's 19, 17, 15.
Well, you're right. Okay, what's down the rest of the hallway? Can you show me there?
This way?
Yeah,
Okay.
straight down here. I noticed that you never tap your cane back and forth. I've seen some blind people, they tap their cane back and forth.
Yeah.
You kind of run it along the crack of the wall there, like right in there.
Yeah.
How come?
Well, it's a lot better if you keep it against the wall, because if you keep it apart and you walk like that, it'll just like veer like that. Instead, if you keep it against the rim, you always have a guideline for your cane.
And what about in the street? Would you normally just tap it back and forth?
Yeah, in the street we tap it back and forth.
And you just use your hand against the wall, like to guide yourself?
Yeah, like that.
Just to keep it alongside. Now, I noticed you hit that right there. Do you know what room it is?
Yeah, that's 254.
Now, when you hit the corner right there, what does that tell you? What does that tell you when you hit in a corner like that?
Some doors, when you hit them like that and you continue like that, there's a wall right there.
Oh,
So
I see.
I put my cane like that, and I feel away, and then I feel down like that to see if I can go on.
Do you get a sense of how big this place is? Because it's pretty large.
Yeah, you can tell because you can hear that it's because of the echo. You know, if you talk, you hear sort of like an echo in the background.
Do you get a sense that there's some trees in here, too?
Yeah, you can hear the leaves rustling.
Oh, you mean like right up in here?
Yeah. You just hear the leaves rustling in here. That's how you could tell there are trees there.
Yeah. Now, over here, there's some dirt right in here.
Yeah, that's dirt.
And how do you tell that's dirt?
Well, it's sort of soft, right? And
Now, if you were in here all by yourself, how would you navigate this place?
I would trace this with my cane like that, like I was doing inside.
Right.
I just traced the place so I know where I was going.
Oh, and then you'd get an idea of a picture of it in your head.
Yeah, and then I would just follow that picture. Little by little, I would learn how to go around it perfectly.
So it's like making an imaginary map.
Yeah.
You ever check out this globe? Is this specifically for you?
No, it's specifically for everybody. I mean, everybody can use this globe.
Because I noticed it's got a lot of ridges on it and everything. It's raised like most globes aren't.
These raised parts right here, these are mountains. If these are Rocky Mountains, right? If you go to the west, over here is the equator, right here.
Down here?
Yeah, right, that line right here.
How'd you know that?
Well, you see, because up here is the Tropic of Cancer, which is exactly 23 degrees north of the equator, and down here is the Tropic of Capricorn, which is exactly 23 degrees south of the equator, and there are 3 lines between it. So I naturally picked the middle line.
And that's the equator.
That's the equator. 5 or 6 months after I learned how to use a cane, that you started to teach me how to cross the street.
There's something coming, but I think we're all right. We got the light here. It's green.
Well,
And now we're going to cross over this way here, over 6th Avenue.
now when I come to a street, I usually just square off. It means to like get yourself straight before you cross.
Right.
And just check with my cane to see if I'm straight, right? And when that traffic goes on your side, I go with the traffic.
Oh, this traffic over here on the right?
Yeah, when that goes, I go with the traffic. He's going, I can cross.
So you've got to listen for it.
Yeah, I've got to have total concentration.
It does take a lot of concentration, doesn't it?
It does.
I feel that I've learned a lot since I started to use a cane, but not everything yet. I'm not even halfway through yet. I'm going to take buses and take trains. I'd probably be scared at first, you know, because I wouldn't know how to find a seat and how to find out what bus it is and where the money goes. But I'll get there.
Hey, I have no doubt about that.
I'm sure that as I get older, I'll be able to travel to the store, go to work, and, you know, go to school. But that's not all that I want to do. I want to get out. I want to see the world. I want to see what life has to offer. I want to meet new people, travel in different environments. And that's why I'm learning to travel, to see the world for myself.
Well, I'm going to follow the rug over to the edge. I know it's the rug because it's soft.
Yeah.
I'll get to the floor because it's hard.
Right.
Now, there's the pole, and I'll just follow the rug along the edge here until I get to the beanbag.
Wonderful.
Now, I'll take 5 big steps into the middle. 3, 4, 5. And if I remember correctly, dead overhead should be El Burro,
Right.
La Piñata.
Right, Mark.
So I'm going to take a nice big swipe.
Mark, no! Ooh, Mark, look what you almost hit.
Oh, no. I always wanted to know how a TV works. I almost got us a nice, good look inside.
Get the rat.
Where?
Hold the rabbit. Don't break the rabbit. You're going that way. Where? Look someplace else, but I must have that rabbit.
Director's coming.
We're going on the air.
On the air? I can't go on the air without my rabbit.
You got to think of something else to do.
But what?
Do anything, you understand? We're going on the air.
But I can't do a rabbit trick without the rabbit.
Why is he just standing there? He hasn't got the rabbit.
Yeah,
What are we going to do now? Standing there.
Rabbit trick without the rabbit?
Somebody out there.
Have you ever wondered how television works? It isn't really magic how a television works. It isn't magic how the picture gets from here to there. It doesn't go by magic as it travels through the air. No, 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 it's not magic, man. It travels with the help of cameras, wires, cables, control rooms, directors, engineers, all kinds of electronic equipment. Not to mention the transmitter. The signal's carried through the air or cabled to our homes. It's picked up by antennas on the rooftops of our homes. Then it travels through a wire that creeps along the floor. Let's turn it on and look inside to see a whole lot more. Of course, only a qualified professional TV repair person should ever go inside a television set. I mean, you could get the shock of your life. Look inside the TV set. You see a great big tube. Cathode ray is what you say when you talk about this tube. At one end of the TV tube, you'll always find a screen. At the other one, you'll find a gun like none you've ever seen. The gun shoots out electrons, much too small for us to see. Electrons, they're the tiny pieces of electricity. Electron beams create the pictures that we're gonna see. And how the beam will hit the screen precisely is the key. Two sets of magnetic plates will pull the electron beam. And through deflection, they control direction of the stream. The plates direct the tiny beam as it scans the picture screen. Scanning is the line-by-line movement of the beam. Now the back of every picture tube is covered with a coating. The coating is fluorescent, a point that's well worth noting. And where electrons strike the screen, you'll see the screen turn bright. The more electrons that will strike, the more intense the light. The beam starts at the upper right and then goes straight across. Returns unseen to the right again and repeats on a lower course. Back and forth it travels till the picture is complete. Returning to the top again, the process to repeat. Now, if you look real closely at your TV set, you can see the lines yourself. Did you know there are 525 of these lines in every TV set in the USA? And that these 525 lines appear and disappear 30 times each second? That's 1,800 different pictures every minute, or 108,000 pictures every hour. Now that's impressive, all right.
Here's Johnny. And if I am elected, I promise not only to put a chicken in every pot, I promise to legalize the container. And furthermore, I'll increase decreases.
And as the future draws nigh, who knows what marvelous new means of communication will be coming our way.
If I am elected, I promise each and every one of you that I will do the...
I guess TV, I mean, you can see right there. It works kind of like our eyes. Yeah, our eyes have an image on the retina. And the TV puts up an image on the tube. Only the TV does it electronically.
and right side up instead of upside down.
Right.
Your turn, birthday girl.
Well, you know, our eyes are pretty precious possessions.
Yep. Your big brown ones and her big blue ones.
I mean, they're so precious that we're lucky. Some people's eyes don't work so well. You know, sometimes they can be helped. Here we go.
Here's a nice rock. Let's sit on it, huh? Oh, sit down. Yeah, look at that big tree over there. Oh, doesn't it look pretty, the tree against the sky?
What kind of trees do you think these are?
I don't know. All it matters to me is they're green.
Could you tell me what you liked about the park today?
It's hard to say. I like when we rolled down the hill, you know. Yeah, that was fun.
But you tripped, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, it was so steep that I just fell. And thank God the bottom was there.
Do you remember what it was like before you could see?
Well, it was like black.
Do you remember who the first person was that you saw?
My mother, I think.
How did you feel seeing your mom for the first time?
Oh, I just felt great.
Do you know how you were able to get your sight?
Well, because they did a cornea transplant.
Excuse me. I just met little Jimmy. Do you know Jimmy?
Yes, I do.
Well, could you explain to me what was wrong with his eyes, why he was born blind?
Well, when he was born, his corneas were damaged.
What's a cornea?
Here's a model of a normal eye.
Right.
Here is your cornea. As you can see, it's clear. It looks like a window.
Oh, it's round. It looked flat when I was looking at it like this.
That's right, it's round. Not only does it protect your eye, but it helps light to pass through.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
And every eye has that? My eye has it?
Yes. And you can't see it because it's clear, but it's there. Let me show you the inside. Let me show you how the light goes through. Here, the light passes through the pupil, which is the dark part of your eye. And here, the colored portion of your eye is called the iris.
It's like the brown part of my eye and the blue part on yours.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
And this allows the pupil to get bigger or smaller, depending on how bright the light is.
Okay. On a bright day, the iris will allow the pupil to get, what? Would it get bigger?
It just lets it get enough light to go through. So if it's a dark day, your pupil gets bigger. If it's a bright day, your pupil gets smaller. Okay, so here the light passes through the pupil to the lens, which allows the light to focus onto the retina, just like a camera.
Mm-hmm.
All right? The lens is the focuser. And it comes onto the retina, which is the inside of your eye.
Right.
And the retina sends the picture through the nerve up into your brain.
And then what happens?
And then you're seeing.
Then you can see.
That's okay.
Sounds complicated, but everything seems to have its own little job.
Well, as long as they're all working the way that they should be, then you'd be able to see.
So what was wrong with Jimmy's cornea?
Well, Jimmy's cornea, when he was born, it was cloudy, dirty, like a dirty window. So the light wouldn't pass through.
So what'd you do? How were you able to fix it?
Well, his doctor called us up at the eye bank, told us that he needed a new cornea for Jimmy to replace the damaged one. We didn't have anything for him, so we asked the other eye banks, and when we finally did get one, it was from Minnesota, a 19-year-old boy who had donated his eyes before he died.
And what happened afterwards, after you got the eye? What happened then?
The doctor took the donor eye, and he took the cornea off. He removed the damaged cornea from Jimmy's eye, and he replaced it with the new cornea.
How did he get the corneas off the donor eye?
It's not that hard to do. Let me show you.
Oh, wow.
This is what a good cornea looks like.
What did he do with it once he had it off the good eye?
Well, he takes the damaged one out of, say, Jimmy's eye, and he replaces it with this. And you see how clear that is?
Yeah. Can all blindness be cured by transplants like this one?
No, just people with damaged corneas right now.
Well, what about all the other parts of the eye that you showed me, like the pupil and the lens and the iris? Can't they be replaced?
Not yet, but we're doing, a lot of work to try and make sure that someday.
Batter up. Oh, and I caught that one. That was a good one, Jim. Here, see if we can do that one again. You're gonna. Oh, that was another good one, Jim. Yeah. I caught that one really well. Here we go again. 1, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, let me go. I'll smash it.
All right, Butto.
Right on top of your head, Trini. Piñata, where are you? Whoa. Oh, I give up. I'll call in the Bloodhound Gang.
Whenever there's trouble, we'll bear on the double. We're the Bloodhound Gang. If you've got the crime, we've got the time. We're the Bloodhound Gang.
The Bloodhound Gang saw a van hit a parked car. They found a body in the trunk.
Look at that.
It was the stolen mummy of an Egyptian queen, being held for $500,000 ransom. The owner of the car and his assistant forced the Bloodhound Gang into the van.
How about that little
Bloodhound Gang discover a small hole in the side of the van and use it to make a pinhole camera. Using the pinhole camera, Vicky sees they are at the airport. Midas and Creep drive off with the Bloodhound Gang locked in the back of the van. And now, for the conclusion of the case of the thing in the trunk.
Look, the drive-in theater. We must be on Highway 43.
And heading north.
CRWP, over and out. All clear up ahead.
About 15 minutes, turn right.
Vicky, look.
What?
The church steeple.
Look what I found, a bunch of rat traps.
Oh, maybe the place they're taking us has lots of rats. Great.
Wait a minute, let me see those. Vicky, remember what you said about the sewer rats?
The rock group, come on, you two. The whole top 40 couldn't get us out of this mess.
You said they ought to be tracked.
You crazy, they're the greatest.
Zach, kick off your shirt.
Mr. Midas, how do you want me to get rid of the kids?
Without a trace, naturally.
Gotcha, Mr. Midas. Okay, kids, out. No. Well, I'll have to come get you then. Ow! 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 Ow!
Breaker nine for Smokey.
Give these directions. North from airport, Highway 43, about 14 minutes to a crossroad. Church steeple in distance, turn right.
Gentlemen, well, what can I do for you?
Report of a kidnapping. 3 kids?
Kidnapping?
Yeah.
Oh, no, there must be some mistake. There are no youngsters around here. Bye.
Yes, there are. And we're them. Officer and his partner is locked in a van over in those woods. They stole the Egyptian mummy.
Sheer nonsense.
It's locked in the trunk of a car at the airport.
You'll find pictures of the right car on this roll.
I had nothing to do with all of this.
You were driving the car. We saw you.
Well, that's impossible, because you were...
We were what? Locked in the back of the van? Ricardo, explain to the gentleman how you make a pinhole camera.
Later.
Bloodhound Detective Agency, whenever there's trouble, we're there on the double... What? Really? Super! Sergeant Martinez says thank you. They captured Midas and Creep, and the museum got their mummy back.
Let's celebrate. I want to dance.
I want a cheeseburger.
I want my mummy.
Today we've been learning about something most of us take for granted. We've seen how the normal eye turns light into pictures of the world around us. Here you go.
Happy birthday, girl.
Guys, why'd you do this?
I hope you like it.
Oh, these are really neat
Come on, Trini, let's see how
glasses.
you look.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, they really cut down the glare.
Nice.
Pupils opening up back there, retina's adjusting.
They're for your protection. We want you to take care of your eyes.
Well, it sure beats a blindfold. Hey, let's see how good I can do now.
Okay,
All right,
go ahead.
come on,
Yeah,
come on.
try it out.
There you go.
Yeah,
You do it, Trini.
wind it up. Come on, get that butter. Ah, one more time. Get him again. There. All right, one more time. Keep trying. Keep going at him. Keep hitting him. Keep hitting him. Go on, you'll get him.
Little cheating going on there. Come on, you guys.
All right. Cumpleaños feliz. Cumpleaños feliz. Cumpleaños, dear Trini. Cumpleaños feliz.
The Bobs are back by popular demand. GTE Northwest and OPB present Rhythm and Zoo tonight at 7. Admission is $5.
Hey, science is fun.
It's from the Children's Television Workshop. And you can see it here 5 days a week on...
3, 2, 1.
321 Contact is a production of the Children's Television Workshop.